Right now we are here for CloudWatch demo. So what is the agenda? We will understand different CloudWatch pricing, create CloudWatch alarm, then send notification, and also we will touch base upon CloudWatch for logs. This is um, a little bit new and niche. We may not cover everything about it in this video. I'll have a dedicated video for especially for CloudWatch for logs. All right. So now let's go and first understand the pricing. As you can see, with free tier, you get some quota and 10 detailed monitoring matrix. Basic monitoring matrix is free, but you get 10 detailed monitoring matrix. That is, detail means 1 minute frequency. Basic is 5 minute frequency and 1 million API request. Dashboard, you can create 3 type of dashboard with 50 metrics and 10 alarms. So all those comes for free tier, and anything above, if you exceed, you have to pay, right? And for paid tier, you can see there are, say, first 10,000 matrices. If you're monitoring, you have to pay 30 cent per month in USD. API 0.1 cent for first 1,000 APIs. So APIs are really cheap, right? But if you are spending more time on console, you have to pay a little bit more. Again, pricing for dashboard, $3 dashboard per month, alarms, um, 10 cent per alarm per metric. So it's very granular. So you may be really excited to build your solution and generate alarms, create monitorings, matrices everywhere. Please be mindful that can incur some good amount of cost. So please baseline and make sure that you are monitoring things what you want to monitor, and even if you monitor, you're consuming it right. That means you have a dashboard, you have sent it to the right kind of notifications and all those things. Pretty much the pricing for any AWS services, they may vary from region to region, so make sure that you are looking at the pricing at your region. So for us, the free tier is running in US East. All right, now let's go to CloudWatch. So far we have a EC2 instance which is running certain application. CloudWatch monitor resources and application, and here I already have a few alarms, dashboard, everything created. So let me get rid of them first. So we can select all and simply go to actions, delete. Right. Let me delete all the alarms. They are not in use anymore. Okay. And then we go to dashboard. I do have one dashboard. Let me delete that dashboard as well. Right. So now it's just a clean slate. It's a fresh start, right? As you can see, there is nothing. Get started with CloudWatch. You don't have any alarm matrices or default dashboard. Once you set them, they will be displayed here. So this is kind of like a first time login. What you can do on CloudWatch, you can set alarms on any of the matrices, create name of the CloudWatch dashboard. So you can have your own personalized dashboard. You can create one dashboard, say for operations, you can create one dashboard for certain departments and all those things. Monitor using the existing system, application and custom log files. So CloudWatch for logs. And you can write rules to indicate which event are of your interest to your application and what automated action you can take. So CloudWatch is not just a reactive, proactive dashboard monitoring. You can also be reactive when you club or join hands with uh, things like AWS Lambda and and other things, so that whatever matrices you are monitoring, if it triggers an alarm or crosses certain threshold, your orchestrator like Lambda kicks in and takes some remediation action. So that's how it's very powerful. Then we have application insight. This is pretty new. We will not be talking about that in this video, but keep an eye. We may have a detailed video on this because everyone want to know about their application and application insight. So what we can do, let's click here. First, let's create an alarm. Right. So no alarm. First step is to create alarm. Specify matrices and condition. Select matrix. Here, when you come, you can see applications. So first you have to choose an application. For which application you want to create a matrix. We have a EC2 instance, we have auto scaling group, DynamoDB, and everything, right? So let's first create an alarm for our EC2 instance. You can create alarm by auto scaling group, or you can create alarm per matrices. To keep it simple, let's go per instance matrix. What you can do, you can check these are the matrices available from AWS. So you can say disk read, byte, disk network packet in, CPU credit, and all those things. I'm going to keep a very simple alarm, select a very simple alarm, say CPU utilization, because within our application we have this ability to stress the CPU, and by doing that we can trigger this alarm. So I want to create alarm for EC2 per instance basis, and the matrix what I want to monitor is CPU utilization. Select metric. Okay, with the graph, this alarm will trigger when blue line crosses above the red line for a data point within 5 minutes. So CPU utilization, this is my instance ID, average period 5 minutes, and you can say something dynamic, which is anomaly, but we'll do static. So greater or equal to, whenever CPU utilization is, define an alarm condition greater, greater equal, lower equal, or lower. We want to make sure that every time our CPU usage goes beyond 50%, which is kind of like a bit aggressive. Okay, and it should trigger an alarm. Additional configuration, data point to alarm, define the number of data point within the eval period that must be breaching. So how many instances should cross this threshold so that we get this one of one. Let's keep it simple, default is fine. So here we have chosen the matrix type, it comes with the instance, and then we have the condition. Let's go to the next. You can see this is a three-step process, and final step you're doing a preview and recreate. Create configure action, add name and description, and preview and create. Fine, let's go to the next. Notification. In alarm, the matrix or expression is outside the defined threshold, right? So if it crosses 50%, then I want to get a notification, and you can use various kind of notification. You can actually create a new topic, but and within the topic, this is the subject line, and you can use a email address. But what we will do, we will use existing SNS notification, and this is health host alarm, which is sending an email to my email address, sdntechforum@gmail.com, right? So that's our topic. You can do, so you can here itself have some auto scaling actions that what you want to do, but we don't want to do any auto scaling actions uh, based on the alarm itself, right? So let's go to the next. Here I'm saying this is H1. Here alarm description, alarm name, CPU uses I, is 50%. Let's add a little bit of descriptions. I want to go to the previous screen because this is a markdown enabled field. Let's see if the previews looks good. You can also use markdown syntax, but let's keep it simple. Now you can see, since we defined the threshold, this is the graph. This alarm will trigger when the blue line, right now there is no blue line because we are not monitoring it. If it blue line crosses the red line, then we will trigger an alarm, and that should be a period of 5 minutes. Within five minutes, if it is exceed 50% quota. Everything looks good. Let's create the alarm. You can see my alarm is created. All right. Let's go and stress the CPU. For that, I'm going to go to EC2 instances, open address. Just like earlier, it will fail because it's using HTTPS. We want to use HTTP, and go to configuration and simply stress application for 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes, the alarm should trigger. Let's go back to CloudWatch. Right? Let's quickly fix our mistake. So what happened earlier when I created this alarm? Let's recreate the alarm one more time. So what we got wrong here is we wanted to create a EC2 alarm for instance matrices, but where we didn't pay much attention is this part. As you can see, instance ID 68 of 68. So far during my experiment or this boot camp, I have created 68 instances. So I need to know for which one I am creating a alarm. Too bad, right? We don't want to, I don't want to care about like deleted instances. So the current instance, what is working today is 61F, and we can confirm that by going to EC2 instances, and instance ID ends in 61F. So I want to create a CloudWatch alarm for that instance, and that is a CPU utilization alarm. So let's select that. Initially what happened, I randomly picked another CPU utilization which belongs to a different EC2 instance. So that was the problem. Now let's go ahead and repeat the thing. Okay, I want to create a CPU utilization alarm for 61F, average period of say uh, 1 minute, because we want this alarm real fast. Static greater than 50. No additional configuration needed. In alarm, send notification to host health. That will send notification to my email address. We don't want any action with this alarm. Alarm is CPU high. And let's not make any detailed description, just CPU high. Everything looks good. So once the blue line crosses red line for 1 minute, it will trigger an alarm. Create an alarm. Right. Alarm is created. What else you can do with this? You can create composite alarm. That means you can combine 2, 3 alarms together. Edit, copy, delete, add to a dashboard, add this to a dashboard. And I have a dashboard called SDN Tech, add to dashboard, because all my alarms I want to monitor from my custom dashboard. Here you go. You can see the new dashboard is here. Let me delete the one which we figured manually, and let's go to the app and stress. Once while we are stressing this, very quickly we should see an alarm popping up, and once that alarm triggers, we should be receiving an email. Okay, let me all alarms. Data point within 1 minute. Okay, still says insufficient alarm, insufficient time. So give it some time, but at least now we know what was wrong with the earlier configuration. Okay. Meantime, I want to log into my Gmail. and make sure that I receive an alarm whenever that triggers. Here you go. You can see at this point of time, my CPU utilization spiked, but it didn't spike for enough time, for entire 1 minute. And because of that, probably there is no alarm. So now the orange bar is gone. You can turn on autosave so that whatever changes you are making, um, you can select the time frame. You can go as granular as 1 hour and say 15 minute. My CPU utilization is very low here. Okay, let's keep it 1 hour. You can refresh, auto refresh. Say I want to auto refresh every 1 minute, so it will be refresh so that you are not. All right. Yes, that is 61F. But here it tells me that my CPU is still below 20%. All right, dashboard looks really good. Still says insufficient data. Alarm action new enable. The action has been successfully enabled. I don't know if you have to enable an alarm. Maybe this is a new feature. Let's see if that helps. Yes. So you have to enable the alarm. Once you define the alarm, you need to enable that. That's crazy. I never experienced that before, but at least now you can see we have an alarm, incoming alarm. And same thing, let me go and refresh my mail and see if I'm getting a email alert. AWS notification. CPU uses high. Yes. Let me show you here. So as you can see, we have receiving this email because CPU uses went high, right? So it's looking good, and we have successfully created an alarm, and that's what now you know how to use CloudWatch, how to create alarm, where it can be used, and don't repeat the mistakes. Make sure that the instance you are uh, creating an alarm for, you select the right instance. And I hope you're enjoying this AWS crash course, and if you start using AWS, please do let me know in the comment section. Thank you.